What is going on, friends, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hub channel. Today we are going to be checking out our favorite Hermitcraft ocean bases and also one ocean base that I just really like, and this is all in support of Team Seas, who are currently trying to raise $30 million in order to remove 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean. They'll not only be removing trash directly from the ocean, but also from beaches and from the source of the ocean trash, which is rivers. So if you guys want to donate to this amazing cause, this whole page should be a fundraiser, and you can go and check out any of the links from Mr. Beast or Mark Rober, who are currently leading the support for Team Seas. So now let's check out some amazing ocean bases. The first one today is from Hermitcraft Season 6, where actually a lot of today's bases are from, and this was Suma's design of his Guardian Temple. This thing was really cool. I really like all the different geometrical shapes that he put into this. Definitely a super unique base. I've actually never seen anything like this before designed in the ocean, so definitely a very unique and very cool looking base. This is definitely one of his more iconic bases from Hermitcraft. Everybody absolutely loved this one. Next up, we are going to be checking out Grian's first Hermitcraft base, and this is of course Season 6 as well. This base was absolutely amazing. The huge spire of white concrete and then the blue stained glass. To me, this is a very futuristic base and likely something that you would find in a utopian society that a ton of people would be living in the middle of the ocean. I do absolutely love this design though. It was definitely a great first base for Grian once he joined the Hermitcraft server. I'm not really too sure why, but a lot of hermits decided to build in the ocean this season, but it really turned into a lot of great bases. Next up, of course, Season 6 as well, we are looking at Mumbo Jumbo, and this is actually one of my favorite of Mumbo's bases. Of course, Hermitcraft Season 7 and Season 8 have amazing bases, but this base right here is just so iconic to me. I love the quadrants of biomes that he put into this base and all the various farms that he had underneath. I think this was actually a really cool base design. I love the giant sphere, especially the quadrants that he built here. It's definitely super unique and something that even I'd like to do in one of my own worlds, with having those different quadrants of biomes in a singular base. The reason he designed these farms underneath the build as freestanding buildings was because he wanted the unique room that he needed for each farm. In Hermitcraft Season 5, he had a base where he had to fit all these different farms into just these same square spaces and really didn't have the exact room he needed. And speaking of Hermitcraft Season 5, Impulse's base from Season 5 was absolutely amazing. This is definitely one of the most unique Guardian Temple projects that I have ever seen. Of course, he has a Guardian farm running underneath here out of the temple, and then he has this amazing, I'd say, Greek-Roman architecture style on top of this floating piece of land that he's built here, and it's definitely a very unique and very cool build. Each of these pillars on the outside that's holding up this island also have a different farm inside of them, so this base is super functional at the same time as being really cool to look at. And the middle, of course, is a giant storage system. Most Guardian Temple projects you see are in the water and everybody clears out all the water, but the way Impulse did it was he actually made the water kind of a staircase down to the Guardian Temple, which I think is a super unique design that looks very cool as well. This is definitely something that you don't see every day, and that's what I love about this base. Moving on to Scar's base, this thing looks incredible. This was a complete terraform project that Scar built himself, making all these volcanoes, the bridges, all the buildings. This is definitely such a cool project and one of my favorite of all time on Hermitcraft. A lot of people say that this isn't an ocean base, but rather an island base, and well, yeah, I guess that's technically right. He still built this in the ocean. I'm counting it as an ocean base. This thing is one of the coolest terraforming projects that I have ever seen. Of course, there are larger scale terraforming projects out there, but I just love this one. I think the attention to detail of this was great, and it all came together as such a good base. There's also just so much to this base. Of course, there's these buildings on the other side, the pathways, there's also little tunnels that go into all of this. You can even go into the large volcano as well, and there's a lot of different smoke and glass effects inside of it. It's really just an all-around beautiful build. I love all the pathways and everything through this, and even the different effects that he used for the smoke as well. It really turned into a beautiful build. Next up, just next to Scar's base is Zombie Cleo's base this season, and this base was really cool. It was a lot of armor stand design in this one, and she wanted to make it look like a pirate cove. And I think this was actually just a really fun base. It really is a lot of just armor stand detailing, things like that, and I think that is a really creative way to make a perfect base. There are different little fires around this area, and she really made it look like this ship was attacking the town. This is really one of the funnest bases on Hermitcraft that I have ever seen. Next up, Impulse's Season 7 design was great. Of course, you may have seen on our channel, this was actually one of the bases that we blew up at the end of Season 7, but this was a really cool looking base. I love all the water effects that he put in throughout it. This pyramid design was just really cool. I love all the different layers of it, and I like how he included different leaves and things like that to give some little details throughout it. Of course, this was not the only iteration of this base. He did a lot of different things to it, some of which he didn't like, and he did tear down a few aspects of it, but this was the pretty much final shape of it that he went with, and I really ended up liking this base. Alright, so this last one is not Hermitcraft. This is actually from Mr. Beardstone's channel, which was on the Truly Bedrock server, and I think this is one of the coolest ocean monument transformations that I have ever seen. There is so much going on here. It's not just a plain circle. There's a ton of different shapes, a ton of variety throughout this, and you can just see this pathway even has a ton of detail as well. We cover a lot of different mega bases on this channel, and with that, a lot of different ocean monument transformations. You may have seen some of our previous videos covering ocean monument transformations, but this one right here is really the best of the best. This is one of my favorite of all time easily. I love that they made it super overgrown. There's trees growing on top of the building even, and you can see here they've added in prismarine statues on the side as well. They really made this thing look like an ancient civilization that has been found after many years. There's even a village on top of this. They put wheat fields and new buildings, things like that, and even a giant squid attacking all of this. This is really just one of the coolest builds of all time. That is all that we have for you guys today though. I hope you enjoyed these ocean bases, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on this video and hit that subscribe button as well if you're new. But also, I do want to remind you that this video is in support of Team Seas, so if you like these ocean monument bases and you want a clean ocean to be around them, definitely hit that button to give a little to Team Seas and help remove 30 million pounds of trash from our oceans. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.